Hey everyone, Sean Banks here, and welcome to another Sales Bite episode today. I'm very excited for today's topic because I'm actually going to turn today's topic into a four-part mini-series where I'm going to be talking about effective messaging. Now, this topic was actually recommended to me by someone who said they needed help with effective messaging, and I felt like I couldn't get everything in just one episode in under 20 minutes. So that's why I decided to do this four-part series where I can take you step by step on how I would go about creating an effective message to send to a prospect that I'm looking to get to a meeting or just to get a response from. For those who are new to joining my YouTube channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you. I provide sales tips and best practices through this YouTube to help solopreneurs, business owners, and even sales professionals be able to find, progress, and even close their next deal. So if you're watching this video, if you watch some of my other videos as well, if you find value in what I'm presenting, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also in the comments, leave me your feedback. Tell me what you like about the videos. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me if there's a specific area that you really need help with, and I can definitely craft a video to give you my thoughts on how I would go about it as a sales professional. Just a little bit about me too, before we jump into this mini series. I've been in sales for the past 10 years. I've sold technology, which I currently do now. I've sold Verizon services, knocking door to door. I've sold inside of retailers and wholesalers such as Costco, Sam's Club. I've sold, food items. I've sold the SafeLink phones to people as well. So I've done a little bit of everything. So I'm hoping that from the series, you get to learn something and get to apply it to your business the next day. So that being said, today's episode is going to be focused on doing the research to help you craft that effective message. And normally, when I talk to business owners who say that no, they don't have people responding back to their emails, they don't have people responding back to their LinkedIn messages, um, most times, I promise you, it's because you don't do the little things such as letting your prospect know that, hey, I know a little something about you for me to have a conversation that's going to be worth your time. And if you're not doing the research up front, then you're really going to put yourself behind the eight ball, because you're just going to waste your time and energy trying to get someone's attention. And your prospects can tell, your customers can tell when you haven't done your research and you don't know nothing about what they do. So the whole purpose of today's episode is I'm going to show you what to look for kind of when you're doing your research. Um, so with that being said, I'm going to be sharing my screen to share with you like how to go about reaching out to a specific prospect that I have identified. And then from there, I'm going to share with you how to take that research and turn it into an effective message that you can send via email, you can send via LinkedIn, and then also after we show you how to put together this message, I'm actually going to share with you how to do a cadence as well. And I'm not going to touch on it too much just because that's for a later episode, but having a cadence is really going to help increase your chances of getting your prospect to reach back out to you. So I'm going to share my screen. And before I do, if you're watching this episode from a mobile device, I encourage you to do it from a laptop because you may not see everything that I'm sharing from your mobile device. So just a heads up and a warning about that. But I'm going to share my screen and we are on Alignable. I did want to give a shout out to Shire Lion, who is the founder of Shire Lion Ads Incorporated. She volunteered for me to use her business as an example as I'm doing this four-part mini-series. And if you're not on Alignable or know what Alignable is, it is a networking platform for small business owners. Um, I encourage you to join. There is millions of people that's on Alignable that's currently leveraging it. They're doing it to find new clients. They're doing it to learn something industry specific for their business. And more importantly, they're using it for brand and marketing purposes too. So give it a try. I've been up here myself for a few years. I found value in being a part of Alignable, but I don't want to stray too much to do a whole Alignable commercial. I want to get back on track and talk about what to look for when actually doing research. So I wanted to start here with the Alignable profile. For anybody that's on Alignable, this is a good place to start too if you want to reach out to somebody. So looking at Shire's profile, I see that she's from Brantford, Connecticut. Um, I see that there's a phone number here that I can click to reveal, only if I'm a paid member. I'm on the free version currently, but I also have here a direct link to her website. Now, if I'm as I'm looking at this profile, I see that Shire has 229 connections. But the real meat of what I'm looking for is going to be down here. So customers we want to meet. And what I like about this is that it gives me all the different businesses that she works with. So I see landscapers, law firms, dentists and dental offices, restaurants, doctors. I see SaaS here. That in the tech world, that stands for software as a service. So that tells me she works with tech companies. She works with handymans, home cleaning businesses, insurance agents. So this here just gives me a full scope of who does she work with. And then we have partner types that she likes to work with as well. So she likes to partner with tech companies, cybersecurity. She likes to partner with web developers. So this is good stuff as well. And then I have a small about us bio that talks about Shire and her company. So that gives me a little bit of information about, who she is, what's her company stand for. As I scroll a little bit further down, I see recommendations that she's received. Um, as somebody that's unalignable, I really do pay attention to recommendations. This gives me an idea of what other people think about her and her services. So I'm not going to go through each and every recommendation here, but no, definitely if I'm unalignable and I'm looking to craft my initial message, I definitely want to pay attention to what others have to say. I do see her products and services, so paid search marketing, SEO. She does some content marketing as well, and she does Google Ads. And then she has a small gallery. If I click into one of them, it gives me a case study that she has for a client. This is good. I can see that she's found a client that she had found recent success with. What I like about this too, it tells me the challenge that that client had and the solution that she proposed. I'm not going to click through all the pictures she has in her gallery, but that's good information for me as well. And then these are just recommendations that she has given. These are her most recent posts. I see her most recent activity was 2020. So this could be a good or a bad thing. It tells me that she hasn't been active in Alignable for a little bit, but that's fine. Just because she hasn't been active in Alignable does not mean that she's not active as a business owner. So I'm going to scroll back up. I saw on the right-hand side some other things as well that I thought were valuable to me. So there's mutual connections. So I see there's some people that we mutually know. So I could reach out to any one of these people and be like, hey, no, I see that you're connected to Shire here. No, could you potentially introduce me if you talk to her on a regular basis or if you've connected with her before? Though that's one of my approaches I could do if I want to have like a warm handoff to Shire. That way is not so, what's the word for it? Is not coming from a cold approach. So that's one way I could go about connecting with Shire and getting her attention. It's just using somebody that may know Shire and have like a regular cadence with her. Um, I see here that she's highly recommended. So she has that badge. But other than that, I feel like I got all the information I need from her alignable page. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to her website next. So this is Shire's website. And from the website, I just want to get a little bit more information about her business. So her website lines with her alignable profile. So she does marketing. When I click into her services, I see all the services that she had listed on her Alignable page. So I see even more like paid search advertising, logo design, Google Ads. There's something here for Microsoft Bing, social media advertising. So she offers a lot of services to her clients. So I'm just going to do a quick skim of this, and I'm going to scroll back up, and I'm going to go back to the home page, and I want to see if I can find other information. So I see we have Shire here. So she has a small little bio for her and what she does. She has a whole team, it seems like. So I'm gonna click that little button right there, and I'm seeing her team here. So the Shire is right here. So she has a whole bio. So she has 10 years of experience in digital marketing, including paid ads, social media, and website design. She has also led digital marketing teams and projects for no less than 5 years, and she's a graduate of South Carolina or SCSU communications program. So that's good information that I can leverage about Shire. I don't know anything about SCSU um, or the University of Massachusetts, but no, I can definitely in my message maybe connect with her about the 10 years of experience in digital marketing. And then I'm looking at her team as well. Um, and for me personally, if I'm going to sell my services, which is really, coaching and sales coaching, no, I want to pay attention here to Robin, who's a business development rep. I can only assume that Robin is the sales rep for Shire, who is reaching out to other businesses. But no, looking here, Robin has 8 years of experience in the dynamic world of digital marketing. Um, and she says here she's really good with storytelling and data-driven strategies. But I'm not going to look into her entire team. I see some of her clients down here. All I'm doing, the purpose of doing this research is for me to have a little bit of information about Shire before I create that initial message. Um, I want to go into the about section for a business. And then maybe I should take a look at her portfolio. Maybe I could take a look at her marketing resources. That stuff that I can find that can help me as well. When I look at locations, this tells me all the locations that she supports. So it seems like, given what I see here, she mainly works with people that are local in the Connecticut area. And that's very big because I do want to know who she serves and where are these people located. Another thing that could be really important for me is the blog. So I can go here. It seems like her blog is very kept up, very up to date. Her latest post was today, local SEO for dentists, revealing 5 secrets to get more patients. If I wanted to, I could click here and I could just read this entire article to see what she was talking about. And maybe I could, mention this in the initial message that I'm going to send out to her. Maybe I could say, "Hey, Shire, I read your article on this 5 secrets to get more patients for dentists. What really stood out to me was XYZ. That could be something good." Um, I'm going to go back to the homepage. Her website was very good. I got a lot of good information from that as well. And I see here there's a contact number that I can leverage too. So even if I'm not a paid member here in Alignable, because her phone number is blocked here, I can go to her website and get her number that way. Um, if I want other contact information or other ways to get in contact with Shire, I could email her through this message through her email right here, or I could schedule an appointment with her. And I can choose a lot of these different options to try and get time on her calendar. And most times, you won't find this on businesses' websites, like the ability to put time on the founder's calendar. Um, but no, because I already have a relationship with Shire and I know her personally, Shire is really nice, and she's always welcome to meeting with new business owners too. Um, so that's good. I have multiple ways of getting in contact with Shire. So One last thing that I want to do. I know we have 5 minutes left in this to do this video. I want to go to LinkedIn and I just want to take a look at Shire's LinkedIn page. So here's Shire Lions Ads. That's her business page on LinkedIn. And then we have Shire's personal LinkedIn profile right here. I think for me, I want you to look at both. So I'm just going to do a quick overview here. I'm just going to look through her LinkedIn business page. I want to look at her post, maybe look at some of her images just to see what she's been posting about. Though again, she has articles up here too. Again, this is a great place to actually read her articles and use that as a way to get Shire's attention. Um, if I click on the people, no, she has four associated members here on LinkedIn with her. And some of these people we saw on the website as well. And I want to go back and I want to look at Shire's personal LinkedIn page. So here we are. Here's Shire right here. And when I come to her LinkedIn page, I want to look at the About section. And this is going to give me a lot of information about her background experience, her focus. She talks a little bit about her business, Shire Lion Ads. This is big too, volunteering and community service. I'm telling you right now, if someone lists out some of the causes that they care about, use that to your advantage, especially if it's something that you care about too. And then I want to scroll down, I want to see some more. And I'm looking at her experience. No, she's been doing business for the past 8 years, 7 months. And if you remember on the Alignable page, it says she was in business for 3 years. I don't think she updated that, but here on LinkedIn, I'm going to go off of this as thinking like this is the most accurate information right here. And then I'm looking at some of the other stuff that she's done. So she was a pay-per-click consultant for eVision. She's a fractional CMO at one point. So there's a lot of good information here that I can leverage before I reach out to Shire. So with that being said, within this full 20-minute video, I went and did a lot of good research on Shire, and now I feel so much more enabled and empowered to create a message that Shire definitely would not was not going to be able to turn away from. So just to recap today's video, we focused on the research. We looked at Shire's alignable profile. We looked at her website. We looked at her profile on LinkedIn, both her business page and her personal. And we got a lot of good ammunition for me to create that message to Shire. So with that being said, we're ready to move on to the next step. So with that being said, um, I'm going to round this out here, and I'm gonna say thank you if you stayed this far into today's episode. The next episode, we're going to take all the research that we've done, and we're going to put it into a message that's really going to resonate with Shire potentially. So that being said, if you found value in today's video, I encourage you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave comments and feedback on what you liked about this video, what you didn't like. If you have any questions or other comments, definitely put those in the video below as well. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next part of this series. Um, but have a good day, and we'll see you soon.